Welcome back, fellow adventurers. Today I am so excited because I am here on Saba'S with the Commissioner Bruce Zagers, and he is going to share a special project coming to Saba'S, a new marina. So follow us for a tour of the new marina that's coming to Saba'S.
Taking my chances along with my dreams.
We are honored today to be here at the government's building in Saba'S with Commissioner Bruce Zagers, who's going to share with us a new project, a new marina coming to Saba'S. So I'm so excited that Commissioner Bruce Zagers took the time to sit with us and explain to us about the new marina. Well, actually share with us. Yeah. So I appreciate your time. If you can tell us a little bit about the new marina, like when it's coming, what the plan is, and a little overview of what we can expect.
Sure, no problem. It's a pleasure to be a part of this interview and program. I follow you on Facebook a bit, so very nice, very nice. It's great to see the adventures.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, the harbor project is something that actually came to fruition after the hurricanes in 2017. And before that, we were always told that there was not going to be any funding for a harbor expansion or for even a new harbor. So, we took a disaster and we made something good out of it. And, we were able to get access to, quite a bit of funding that we could start making plans for actually an expanded Fort Bay. And once we did significant testing in that area, we realized that if we were building a harbor for the future, that there wasn't much future in Fort Bay because of the very deep waters. The slope on the land also made it quite difficult. And then we started to explore possibilities of a whole new area, so a greenfield project, and that's when we started to see what was possible at the Black Rocks Harbor area, the Black Rocks area.
So you say the Black Rocks, is that by what I used to call Gills Court?
Yeah. Well, it's for some reason we start calling it the Black Rocks area because it's like right in the area of Black Rocks, but then you have the small bay just behind it, but it is in the Jellsport area.
That's yeah. So now, will you access the new marina through the Fort Bay?
The plan right now is that the road is actually there, a dirt road. So the initial access will be through Fort Bay. Okay. But then there's a planned bypass road that will connect the new harbor area. It will pass by a location where an expanded solar park will be built, and then connect to the road above in Jellsport. But that's something that's planned for quite some years ahead.
Quite some years.
Because that is also a very difficult project to execute.
I would imagine, because coming down,
it's very steep.
It's steep, yeah. I'm so impressed with our huge solar panel area down on Flat Point. Can you give us some details, like how much it provides, how much electricity and how it all works?
Well, the solar park down at the airport is a 2 megawatt installation. During the daylight hours, for the most part, the island runs fully on solar, so the diesel engines aren't even on during the daytime. Of course, if there's significant cloud coverage, the engines automatically kick in. But then there's a planned solar project which is double that, So we're going to have a project where we install 4 megawatts of solar, also in the Jail Squarta area close to where the harbor is going to be built.
Okay.
And then with that, the intention is that we go to 89% sustainable energy. So, of course, that means significant investments into batteries. But then the idea is that, we'll only depend on diesel generators for energy when there's like storms or anything like that, solar isn't able to produce electricity.
Oh, right.
And that's something that, a project that is being planned right now. And we hope that, it can start as early as late this year, next year. Going into
Wow,
next year.
really soon.
Yeah.
So the generators would be more like a backup?
Yeah,
once,
more of a backup, yes.
Of the 89%.
That's cool.
Wow.
So really reducing our need for fossil fuels to produce energy.
That's awesome. Saba is a really good example of being sustainable. I mean,
Small, but we're trying our best
Yeah.
to really be as self-sufficient as we can.
I think you're doing an amazing job, so keep up the good work. It's good for everyone. I mean,
Sure.
everybody wants to be sustainable, so this is wonderful for Saba.
Yeah, and once we have that level of green energy, it definitely has an impact onto your bills at the end of the month, because you're not depending on fossil fuels. And when the price of diesel goes up, of course that has an impact onto your electricity bill.
Yeah.
So the less we depend onto it, the lower people's bills should be at a time when it's realized.
Right, that's wonderful. And even for tourism, tourists love sustainability, and they love visiting eco-friendly places, and so that's great that
Yeah, and it fits and it aligns with our tourism ambitions. I mean, we advertise ourselves as a green destination. So
Yeah, it definitely aligns with it. So when can people expect the new harbor to get started? Do you have a start date already? Or?
Well, the process for tendering has already started, which is quite a milestone. It took us, I would say, over a year just to get the environmental permit to start the tendering process. So we accomplished that at the end of last year. And 2 weeks ago, we had the first planned site visit with interested contractors. We were very happy with the turnout. 8 contractors from various parts in the world visited.
Wow.
So, it shows that there's high interest in developing a harbor here.
Yeah.
So that was a huge milestone for us. And all the bids are due on May 1st. So during the period of May, we'll evaluate the bids. And then hopefully by the end of that month, we'll have a contractor that we'll move forward with to negotiate the final price and to see what's possible.
Wow.
And
so
the actual,
soon.
it's pretty soon. The start date, we figure will probably be after the hurricane season, just because there's a lot of risk involved. And, companies have to mobilize equipment and men.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the schedule, it's a bit ambitious, but the hope is that we have a finished product at the end of 2026.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes total sense to start after the hurricane
For sure.
season. Yeah.
And if the planning phase took quite a while. It is a complex project. We are in the hurricane belt. We do get impacted by hurricanes. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So we have the opportunity to build a harbor once. It's not to say that this type of money comes available every few years.
Right.
So we took our time and really want to do it the right way the first time. So.
And you'll accommodate fishing boats as well, or is it for yachts or?
It's a bit of everything.
Okay.
So one of the focuses, of course, are the local vessels, so fishing boats, dive boats, pleasure boats. But then also we have a dedicated area for ferries. We'll have areas that can accommodate the mega yachts, sailboats, and for emergency cases, there's also a rower ramp that in the event Fort Bay can't be used, that the supply ships can still come to the new harbor. So we're trying to divide the traffic. So Fort Bay will also have some investments be done down there.
Okay.
And that will be primarily used as the industrial harbor, so for cargo boats.
Okay. Well, that's good. That'll be separated. I mean,
Yeah, there'll be some redundancy. So in the event something happens at Fort Bay or if the swell is too big, the cargo boats can still come to the new harbor.
You have a backup plan. That's wonderful. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's the singular biggest project in Saba'S history. I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow, that is wonderful. Well, I'm so happy that you share this with us because we hear about the new marina all the time, but now we got the facts, and I would like to go down there, take a ride down there. Can you drive with the car on the road
Yeah, of
now?
course.
Or
Yeah.
you don't need like a truck or
No, you can drive straight
Drive?
to the location. Yeah.
to the Black Rocks?
Yeah.
Now I have to change that from Jesquarta to the Black Rocks.
Yeah, that's what the project is called, Black
What
Rocks.
the Black
Harbor.
Rocks are, but yeah. so
Even
I'm
though it's
going
more
to-
just water than the Black Rocks, but it's
harbor.
that name somehow stick. Black
Yeah.
Rocks Harbor.
And I've seen it from up above on like the dancing place trail.
Yeah.
I've looked down, or we've gone by with the boat, so now we have to drive across there and see it
Sure.
from the land. And yeah, we'll be back before it's finished, but that's exciting when it's finished. Yeah, we'll definitely have to come to.
Will there be any retail, restaurants, shops, or anything like that?
There's been less focus on the land side developments, only because, the bigger investment, of course, is in the marine structures. So, we have an idea of what we want it to look like, but there's also not any budget right now for that part of the project. So we've primarily focused only on the marine structures. So we figure, once that gets started, then more of the emphasis can be placed on what we want to see on the land side stuff. So we have an idea, but it just needs to be further developed.
Yes.
And, that would entail, of course, having, nice facilities for the harbor office, for customs and immigration, but then also having, restaurants and retail areas. We want to make it very welcoming and tourist-friendly, user-friendly. So, that is, of course, the second big component of the overall project.
Awesome. Sounds wonderful. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, it's a huge project.
It's a huge project.
And the impact, I believe, is going to be far-reaching on that.
Yeah.
So,
I think so too, because it's always a little bit difficult coming
Sure.
into the harbor now. So
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much
No
for
problem.
your time.
Anytime.
And I'm so happy that we could capture this information. So thank you.
no, it's fine.